Welcome to Cougar News at IUK. I'm Shane Simmons.
And I'm Samantha Tiki.
The spring semester is almost over, and that means graduation for IUK seniors. Reporter John Rogers has some more on those lucky Cougars preparing to receive their diplomas.
I'm here at Indiana University Kokomo's Pavilion, where on Tuesday, May 7th, the finish line for many graduating seniors will finally be reached. I talked to some of these seniors recently about their future plans and what they learned here at Indiana University Kokomo.
My time at IU Kokomo has been really exciting. It's kind of been a whirlwind. At times, I finally figured out my sophomore year that I wanted to be a communications major. So ever since then, I've been working really hard to graduate in 4 years. I'm doing a concentration in public relations. I've also had the opportunity to work in media and marketing on campus as a writer and doing some social media. I've been involved in a lot of different student groups, such as the Correspondent Student Newspaper, Student Government Association, and Semantics Improv Troupe. Actually, is that the Com Arts program, we're kind of like a family. All of us, we all have the same classes. And so it's been really fun to get really close to a group of people who share your interests and who, are doing the same thing that you're doing and going through the same things that you go through on a daily basis.
Yeah, at IU Kokomo, it's been kind of hectic for me, especially around my sophomore year. I changed my major from criminal justice to communications, and by doing that, I had to take a lot of more classes, especially in the summer, in order to graduate on time with my bachelor's degree. So that really pushed me to the limits at times, but I really enjoyed my time at IU Kokomo. As far as I got to meet a bunch of different people, different backgrounds and different cultures than myself, and that's been really neat, and it's really opened up my mind and changed me as a person.
Cougar News wants to congratulate all the seniors preparing for graduation. And speaking of graduation, there is one grad who has a lot to look forward to. Criminal justice major Jordan Slusher will be headed to the Robert McKinney School of Law at IUPUI. Slusher begins pursuing his law degree this fall and says it was a class he took here at IU Kokomo that made him want to become a lawyer.
With time being limited for students preparing for finals, healthy eating habits may not be a top priority, but could it make a difference? Sam has more on the effects of a healthy diet for students.
As you prepare for finals week here at IU Kokomo, you may find yourself grabbing the quickest option when it comes to food. But the choices you make may not only have an impact on your belt line, they could also impact your grade.
Cindy Erickson, a clinical dietitian at St. Joseph Hospital, told Cougar News that even though students may be cramming for tests, relying on caffeine and sugars are not the best way to stay alert.
The real energy that you need is that which comes from food. And so it's not the caffeine that you get that necessarily is the most important, but it's that you're going to provide the amount of glucose to your brain in order for it to function.
But for most IU Kokomo students, the issue isn't just knowing the right foods to eat.
I think just time management, I'd say, would be the biggest thing. Actually taking the time to cook themselves a meal.
Cindy suggests that those with a busy schedule try to pre-plan meals with food that is easy to grab when you're heading out the door.
Try to give your body nutrition in the form of plenty of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains.
The Cougar Country Cafe is also doing their part to make sure students have healthy food. Fresh fruit and a salad bar are just some of the nutritious options they offer to help keep IU Kokomo fueled.
But don't forget about these recently added refrigerated vending machines here in the main building. They also give a healthy option for students on the go. Reporting for Cougar News at IUK, I'm Samantha Tiki.
Now that you know what a difference a healthy diet can make for student performance, here are some tips to remember. Try to include balanced meals with whole grains, lean protein, and fruits and vegetables. Choose healthy study snacks and avoid sugary drinks like soda. It's also important to take it easy on caffeinated or energy drinks. And most of all, remember, just try to get a good night's rest.
Getting a good night's rest actually might be the hardest thing for students as they prepare for finals.
Yeah, and being students, it's really hard because a lot of times students are working part-time or full-time and trying to balance a full course load. So at times it can get hard to try and get all the rest you need. But remember, students, it's really important, and especially for this finals week, you got to try and do that.
Exactly. Students got the chance to show off their resumes to over 80 potential employers at the Kokomo Area Spring Job Fair. IUK co-sponsored the event held at the Kokomo Event Center on April 4th. The job fair is a great way for students and people in the community to network and apply for jobs. The job fair offered a workshop on using the LinkedIn business networking site and gave a chance to pose for a professional picture.
An important step in getting professional experience is being involved in student organizations. I interviewed 3 members of the IUK Budget Committee to find out how IUK organizations receive their funding. Student organization leaders submit a budget request every semester for their club or organization. When clubs are not approved for the full amount, they want to know why. Christiana Upchurch is the chair of the Budget Committee and spoke on this issue.
Basically, we get several budgets at a time, so I kind of try and break them up, and I send out an agenda to everybody that is on my committee, and we actually go through and we see what they're requesting.
Everything is done by emails. There are a lot of clubs, and I feel that most likely the reason why it's emails is just because it's more efficient. Getting people together can be difficult. So sometimes, though, that it's hard to have that conversation with the clubs in order to get full information, so that way we can give them the money that they need.
So what advice does the Budget Committee give to organization leaders so they will get their full budget?
Itemize, because it allows us to go through each line and say, okay, well, this is what you're using the money for, as opposed to just saying, okay, I need $8,000, and we have no idea what you're using the $8,000 for.
If there was a set time, especially during March or November with the big budgets coming in, for the organizations to come and kind of set time out of their days to discuss what they want and why they need that funding, I think that'd be very smart.
Students can visit iuk.edu to view funding for different organizations.
If April showers bring May flowers, then May should be full of blooms. The record rainfall on April 19th led to major flooding and major problems for Kokomo, including here on campus. The flooding was so bad that the parking lot behind the main building was eventually closed until the floodwaters receded. The city of Kokomo is saying that the 2013 flood is the worst on record. For more of Cougar News at IUK's coverage of the 2013 flood, go to our Facebook page or the Cougar News YouTube page and watch IUK Flood.
Speaking of some crazy weather, John Rogers has the forecast for the final week of this spring semester. What do you got, John?
Yeah, Shane, it is going to be crazy. Crazy good, that is. The weather is going to be in the upper to mid 70s most of the week, and no chance of rain all the way up until Friday. So I'm not sure it's going to help me with my procrastination problem and studying for finals, but this is my last semester, so hopefully I still do all right. But the 5-day forecast is as follows.
With the spring semester coming to a close here at IU Kokomo, we want to let you know how you can become a part of Cougar News at IUK. We're looking for anyone interested in participating, whether it's in front of or behind the camera. If you want to learn more about how you can become a part of Cougar News at IUK, message us on the Cougar News at IUK Facebook page or contact Anthony Rentz or myself. We've really had a blast working on Cougar News this semester. Look forward to more episodes of Cougar News at IUK.
When Corey and myself started Cougar News just last semester, we really didn't know that it was going to develop into something this big. I mean, we had high goals for ourselves, but I'm really proud of what we got here. And I just want to thank everybody who's been a part of Cougar News. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, John, and everybody who has had a part in this. This has been a really great experience for me in my senior year.
Yeah, mine as well, being a senior. And even though I'm graduating, I think this is a great club to be involved with, and it can only grow from here.
Well, on that note, we want to thank you for joining us for our last episode of Cougar News for this spring semester. I'm Shane Simmons.
I'm John Rogers.
And I'm Samantha Tiki. Good luck on your finals.